Welcome, welcome, welcome. Big week here. We'll get around and talk to everybody, but let me just go ahead and say welcome to Piedmont week and throw it to you, Howie, for some comments right off, and then we'll go straight to Coach and Jax. How are you tonight, Howie?
Doing good, Randy. How are you doing?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hearing Coach and players talk about this game. Coach, big win Friday night. Um, I'm sure the excitement on Friday night was high in that locker room.
Yeah, it was. It was a big win for us, and that's something that I think we expected to do. We knew if we could come in and get lined up right and do little things right, we felt like we had a really good opportunity to win a football game, and we feel like every week it's kind of it can be that way. Now, I don't mean we can't have no letdowns. We have to be sure that we take care of us and get lined up on both sides of the football and don't have mental mistakes, and that's something we got to get better at. We made a lot of mistakes in the first, throughout the game, especially early in the game. We did not play very good football, so we've got to continue to get better. We're not going to do what we want to do, and that's whenever one of them. Because if we play like we did the other night, we ain't going to win every game we step into. I promise you. So we know that as a team we've got to get better, and as a coach staff we got to get better. And so that's what we're doing right now. Is we're trying to get better every day and every week. So, but I'm really proud. It was a big win. I know our players are happy to get the win. It was a region win, but we have to move on to the next one. I think our guys have done a really good job of preparing this week because we're facing a really good football team this week as well. So there's no off weeks in this region. So you had to flip the switch pretty quick, get ready to go on Monday. But I thought our guys have done a good job of that.
Coach, that was the very next question I was going to ask you, and I'll go down and ask Jackson the same question. In your region, you play a team that played in the finals last week, and then you got to turn around and play a very good team behind that, a very good Ohatchee team behind that. Does that, and you kind of said it offers a unique challenge. You've got to be back focused. Saturday, coaches look at film, and then players Monday in practice. You don't have a lot of turnaround there, do you?
No, it happens quick, and but our guys know that. We went through the region last year and played everybody. They know the talent. If you don't show up ready to go, you can get beat any Friday night. So, and Ohatchee's a lot better than they were at this time last year. Coach Finley's done a really good job. They're more physical, more they do things the right way over there. They look really good on film, and so if we're not ready to go, it's not going to be fun at the Creek Bank. I promise you. So, but we prepared pretty well this week, but we got to continue. We got to finish it up tomorrow and finish the week the right way. But it is, coming off a win like Piedmont, you could say that it does set up, but for a letdown and stuff like that. But I think our guys have done a really good job understanding it's about the next one. Nobody cares about Geraldine next week. Nobody cares about any game down the road. We only care about what's going to happen Friday night. That's all we can think about. I think our guys are doing a good job of it.
Jackson and Howie, I'll come to you to let you ask your questions. I want to ask you one question. Coming off a big emotional win, your senior year, is this something that I know you expected it, and now it's here? Can you, as Coach says, compartmentalize that and then hit the ground running on Monday, preparing for a very good football team? What's that process like for you?
I mean, we just got to come in, locked in every day for a Monday. Monday is not our work day. It's our game plan day, installing that. So we have to come in focused for the next game plan. I feel like we've done a good job of that. And to succeed in this region, we need to continue doing a good job of that.
So Monday's install day. So Monday is probably a mental day for yourself and all the guys on offense, just to try to get in what's in maybe Coach's head up there. So he's had a couple of days lead on you. Is it a lot of information, or I'm sure it's a lot of information, but do you get little pieces of it as you move through practice?
We get a little pieces of it. I think it'd be too much for some of the guys we play with to take in all at once. So they spread it out throughout the week.
Excellent. Howie, I'm too excited to ask questions. I'm going to turn it over to you now. You get the questions. I know you're biting at the lip to get them out there.
No. Coach Vann, let me ask you. He came up to me before the game and said, Howie, I want their passing stats for the first half. And when I gave them to you, it's like 7 for 8 yards. So that tells me that you was expecting a lot more passing than what they came out doing.
Yeah, they threw it a lot though in 4 quarters. And I thought that I felt like our defensive line, our defensive front, our front 7 was going to force them to have to throw the football. I felt like we had a great opportunity to do that. And if we can force people to be one-dimensional, obviously you're going to have more success if you're able to stop that whatever dimension you're making them do. So, I thought we did a really good job up front, forcing them to throw the football, and then I thought our secondary stepped up and played really well on the back end. Yes, we had some busts, they missed some throws, but our guys also, we dropped a few picks. We also had a bunch of breakups, and I thought our guys played really hard. That was something we harped on a lot coming out of last year into this year, was we have to be better in the secondary to win games like that, beat teams that throw the ball like that. I thought our guys did a really good job of that. I was really proud of them, and I was really shocked that it was still it was what it was at halftime. When you told me that, I still felt like they may have got more than that, but our guys did a really good job. And on that 8 yards, we did miss a tackle on that as well. So there's stuff we need to clean up everywhere. But I was really pleased and happy with how hard our guys played, especially on the back end as well.
Jackson, you was part of that back end that he's talking about, playing on the defensive back end, the cornerbacks and all that. How hard and how much preparation was it going for Piedmont for the passing, and then when they come out in the first half and only had 7 passes, what was y'all's thoughts on the back end there?
It felt like it kind of slowed the game down because we expected Ford to be in from the start and then to target him, but he didn't really get that many snaps at the start. But it really just slowed the game down for us and helped us get to work.
And when you're preparing, you prepare for the defensive backs, plus you have to prepare for a couple, 3 positions on the offensive side. How difficult is that for you to learn all those positions?
Well, I already knew those positions playing quarterback. I knew where everyone lined up, their jobs, everything. I just go and do it now.
I know at Saks, you came up and asked me, how's your wide receiver skills? And yeah, I think you're doing really well and helping the team out by playing wide receiver. How do you like playing it?
It's pretty fun. I like getting out wide and getting the ball some. It's more fun than just sitting in the pocket all day.
Yeah. And Coach, you emphasized a little bit about the defensive line. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback for Piedmont, but also they could have put a lot more on there if they weren't being held. But we won't get into that part of it. But overall, defensive line did put a lot of pressure on Piedmont. Was that a scheme, or is that just the manning up and just going after them?
Just getting after them. That's our guys played really, really hard all over the field. I could brag on all 11. I mean, you start watching film, trying to count lows. It's tough to do because our guys get after it. They play hard. They play physical, which makes you a pretty good football team in itself. Just get after it, play hard, get lined up. But I was really proud of them. Our DBs in the back end was able to do. So they messed me up. I heard them come in.
So now we got Leo and Logan with us. Guys, welcome to the show. And I know you showed up late hoping that I'd already asked the questions, but I hadn't asked the crazy questions yet. So y'all are here just in time. They're not going to say nothing. All right.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
I've heard crazy questions. I don't blame them for not answering. So,
yeah, let me ask y'all, for any of you, the players or Coach Vann, how did you come up with the Cooley backfield?
Well, you want me to answer that?
Yeah, Coach, you got it. Take it away.
It was a formation that I thought we ran it at Jacksonville State. It was actually Sunday night. I was thinking about something we needed a heavy formation. We haven't really had one in. I mentioned it Monday, and Clark mentioned the Coolies, and I put the Cooley's back there. And, and then was able to move some guys around up front. And I thought it worked out really well. So, it might not work again. It might not work ever again, but it worked the other night, but 51-69 did a really good job for us.
It worked for 300 and something yards the other night. So that's all that matters.
Coach, let me ask him a question, Howie, because I was at a different game and I saw almost the exact formation. When I was looking at it, I felt like I was looking at single wing football. Do you use it? Have you ever looked at an old single wing concept, or when in the huddle where you get a single wing concept? Because that's kind of what that is, don't you think?
Yes, it's similar. I just had them just 51-69 doing the kicking and wrapping in the league, and that's all really else I want to do with it. Let our big boys up front, down blocking, base blocking. So get double teams at the point of attack. So it's similar concepts. So I thought it worked really well for us.
Well, I know I'm the only one old enough to remember the single wing and a leather helmet. So I'll skip on the next question. Go ahead, Howie.
Guys, the players, Jackson, Logan, and Leo, have y'all gave the Coolies a hard time about playing in the backfield some this week?
Yeah, so Ashton came to me and he was telling me how hard it was, and like he wasn't used to it and stuff. And I was like, I do it all the time, man. I'm just better. So,
Leo, I hope you had some fun with that one. I hope you had some fun with that one. Hey, Jax, did you ask him what do you think of running a 15-yard out and then coming back to the huddle? I mean, did you throw something at him too?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Go ahead, Howie.
Good deal. Hey, since we got all three of the players here, we kind of talked to Jackson about the positions that he plays. Leo, you want to talk about yours, and then Logan, you follow up. Tell them where you play at: offense, defense, maybe even special teams.
So I'm on offense, I'm a tight end, and then on defense, I'm just outside linebacker. And the only special teams that I'm on right now is punt.
I play wide receiver, and then I play on punt. I'm like a tackle, and then I'm on the end on field goal.
Good deal. So you got a chance right here. Let's go ahead and throw out some, talk to your coach and say, Coach, let's run these plays a little bit more. Y'all got something y'all want to say as far as that goes?
Get them in trouble.
I know they're not going to say nothing like that. So, Randy, go ahead.
Complain about some more
Look at that. That's Coach of the Week material right there. Coach, could they find you in a picture that was a little less? I mean, could you smile next time you win Coach of the Week?
I'm sure it was.
Hey,
It's probably after Todd Wilkes run a hitch.
Okay.
Probably. All right, Leo and Logan, I already kind of asked Jax, but I want to ask Jax again. What was Monday like? Because you come into a big victory and you got to come back to earth. Monday install day, getting everything in place. What do you feel like the team? Will start with Logan, then Leo, and then we'll go Jax. Do you feel like the team had gotten kind of past the big win and was preparing for Ohatchee?
Yeah, I think the coaches did a good job of calming us down. We were definitely really excited, but we got our minds right. I think we're ready for this week.
All right, Leo, how about you?
Well, I mean, any game you win is a big win. So it's just another game. We just got to prepare the same way we always do. Just execute and win.
Like I said earlier, we've done a really good job coming back in on Mondays after big wins, staying locked in.
And watching the little bit of the film I did get to watch, and Coach Vann kind of alluded to it earlier, guys. It seemed like kind of in the first quarter, kind of sputter a little bit. Take me inside that huddle, and we'll go backwards. We'll start with Jackson, come over to Logan. What was the tone like in the huddle? Trying to was a lot of people talking or trying to just get on the same page? In a big game like that, an environment, big crowd. Sometimes it's just a little bit of nerves. Was that a situation too?
I don't really know about offense. I didn't play offense in the first quarter, but on defense, we just stayed locked in and kept doing our job.
How do you like defense? It seems like you have fun playing defense, Jax.
I do. I have fun anywhere I'm put.
I like what I always notice that you just seem to have an extra stride in your step when you're on defense. Leo, what was going on in your head and the huddle around you during the first quarter?
So we had some plays that we messed up, like Zach dropping the ball, like, you know, stuff like that. But we just got to keep our head down. You know, we're just being encouraging to each other, and, you know, we got the job done.
All right, Logan.
I'd say I definitely had some like nerves going out there. It's my first real big game, but like after the first few plays, we calmed down and got ready after that first quarter.
Coach, same question to you, but kind of a little different. You know, you'd had one game day, you had played a regular season game, and you played your North Jackson too. Being at home, did it feel normal going through the process this week, or was it's a new team, it's a new year, and you're just getting, you know, even warming up, did it feel right to you?
Yeah, it was. Thought the guys, you could tell it was a big game, but we had played in multiple big games before, and you know, we found ways to win them. So, but I thought it was a good week. Thought the guys prepared well, and thought we did a really good job. I don't go out during warm ups, to be honest with you, till the line goes out because I can't stand watching ROAs. When I first started, I went out pregame and watched ROAs, and after a few drops, I just get my drops. It's just better I don't see it. So, and the coaches don't ever comment good or bad because they know I'm not gonna believe them if they say it's good. If they ain't gonna tell me if it's bad. So I just kind of skip out on that and see I go out with the big boys. So, but I thought they pregame went well and they were ready to go.
All right, Coach. Let's get a little bit into the game. There's some. We have some highlights downloaded from the huddle site, and this is the first time we've done this, but I'm just going to let it play. And if you've got something you want to add to them, just unmute your mic, and we'll be able to hear your comments. And this is the cut up, so you probably know these plays better than I do because I didn't cut them up. But and guys, unmute your mic if you've got something you'd like to say too. It's about 3 minutes long, so I'm going to let this play, Coach, and you just anything you want to say over the top of it, let me hear it. Some reason the volume's not working, Coach. We'll just let them play and get your comments afterwards. Coach, how many of those runs was out of that two Cooley in the backfield, big set, whatever you call it? Was all three of them, or was two of the three out of that big set?
It was two of the three. Yeah, it was in 12 personnel, the one big long touchdown. So, but yeah, a lot of it was they did it. We did. Our guys did a really good job up front blocking the other night. You know, two run the ball really well. But I'd be the first one to tell you that those guys up front played really well. Our tight ends played well. So we still got a lot we got to get better at.
Over on the defensive side, that fumble recovery seemed to set a kind of it came at a critical point in the game. How big is a turnover in a game where two teams are very good? If you win the turnover battle, most of the times you win the game. Us as fans, we just go, we got the football back. But I think for coaches, it means more just from the amount of times you get to snap the football.
Yeah, there's a lot goes into it. It's a big momentum shift, and then especially if you're getting the ball in plus territory. So, field position change. There's a lot goes into it. And then as a play caller, you feel you can call a play you may not call after a punt or something. You got some momentum, so you'll call a few plays there that you want to take a chance on. You get too worried about it, especially if you're in plus territory and you have field position. You'll call a few plays early that you'll take a chance on, like I said, because it's a 4-down territory type deal. So, but yeah.
Let's go. Let's start with Leo, and then we'll go Logan and Jackson. Leo, you get through the first half in a close football game. Coming into halftime, confidence has got to be high, but what's going through your thought, Pat? What was in the team's mind at halftime?
So obviously we lost to Plainview after halftime last year. So everybody's just thinking like we can't. Choke, I guess is the word I'm looking for. You can't mess up as bad as we did after halftime last year. We got to come out and execute as good as we did in the first half and just continue that on.
What had the fact that you hadn't had success against Piedmont ever creep into your mind, or, knowing you had lost 2 times the year before, was that ever a thought of yours?
It wasn't a doubt. It was a thought like, we owe these guys something.
Okay. All right, Jack, same thing for you. What did you feel coming in for at halftime, and kind of what was your thought patterns about Piedmont as far as, did you feel like you owed them, like Joe said?
Yeah, it's a different team, so you just got to keep playing. During halftime, you got to keep everyone locked in, so what happened at Plainview won't happen again, because that did not feel good.
Halftime can be, for people who don't play football, halftime can be distracting, actually, can't it, Jax?
So,
yeah.
You can get too focused on the lead you have and forget that you have to go play a second half.
Yeah. Logan, too, not as much success with Piedmont, but did you ever look at the scoreboard and think, hey, we're leading this football game? We can't shoot ourselves in the foot at this point?
Yeah, I think we were definitely – I don't think we ever let up any at all. So I think knowing that we lost them in years past kind of helped us just to not let up any and just try to keep pushing that lead farther and farther, because we knew they were a good team, so they were going to score eventually. So we just had to keep getting our lead bigger and bigger.
Coach, and I'll come back to you, Howie, after this question. Coach, from your talk about Piedmont in 2020, any during the week, or was that something you just put behind you and didn't bring up?
I just try to tell them it's two good football teams play, and the team that executes the best is going to win the football game. So, I didn't think, like I told them on Sunday, or Monday, I told them I didn't think either team was better than the other. I thought it was two equal teams. I think we're both good football teams, but whoever executes the best will win the football game. So I thought I really didn't try to speak too much about years past, because we're different. Like I told you a couple of weeks ago, we're a different football team this year than it was last year. They're a different football team this year than they were last year. So none of that matters. All right, you can let it fire you. give you energy or whatever you want to use that for. But at the end of the day, we're a different football team. We're a different football team. Whoever prepares the best, executes the best, on win the football game, regardless of how you feel about it. Regardless of how much you want it. You can want it as much as you want, but if you go out there and don't execute, it really don't matter how much you want it. So, but I thought our guys were locked in and ready to go. So.
Coach, and Howie next. I'll come to you next because this is well. Go ahead, Howie. Ask him about the question you asked me about, or we talked about how many times. Yeah, you talked about getting the ball last week to Aiden more, and then how many runs he had this week. I thought that was a good question.
Yeah, you spoke. You said last week that Aiden said that he wanted the ball, touch the ball more after the Sacks game, and you told him just be patient that he would get it, and eventually would tell. He'd probably say, "Don't give it to me no more," or something like that. And then this week or last week against Piedmont, he touched it 47 times. How was Aiden feeling coming in on Monday?
Well, it was funny because Jamboree, I think North Jackson game, he kind of tweaked his Achilles there early in the North Jackson game. It was actually the very first play, and I let him keep playing because he said he was fine, but he had a good game there first quarter against North Jackson, so I didn't run him anymore. The rest of the Jamboree, and then we go over to Sacks. He didn't touch it a lot because we built early lead, and I just didn't want to keep running him. So he didn't play a lot in that game as well. So it was kind of he wanted to come out after half Sacks, and he was like, "Coach, I'll start the half." And I was like, when we first went in, I said no, and then I changed my mind. And we went back out and started, the way we started the game for a drive. And I told him, I said, son, one day you don't have to worry about asking to start the second half one day really soon. And then you don't get enough carries. But I didn't foresee 48 carries. I didn't realize it until after the games.
I knew there with me keeping the stats there in the second half. All I had was twos on my paper because that's all that touched the ball basically the second half. And so as soon as the game's over with, I went in the weight room and started adding them up because I knew you'd want to know what it was. And I wanted the team to know what it was because I knew that he had a ton of carries. And I'd never thought it was the 47 or 48 carries. And especially for 300-something yards, I added up 3 times to make sure I was right. And I'm like, wow, I got to get this to coach before the celebration ends. But the way y'all celebrated, it lasted for quite a while anyway, so I had more time than I realized.
Yeah, I was really proud of the guys. I mean, we stayed 24 purse probably the majority of the second half, and 24 purse, just 0 receivers on the field. And it was 2 backs, 4 tight ends. So I was really proud of, our receivers. I made a comment to one about playing or whatever. And I was like, Coach, I really don't care how much I play as long as we win. And, we got a team full of guys like that. They don't care about anything but winning. And that's all. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Let's find a way to win. 24 personnel was clicking. There was no need to change it. No need to tweak it or do anything with it. No need to like I told Coach Wilson, no reason to out-coach yourself right here. Let's just stay on what's working. And, they don't care. They just want to find a way to win a football game. So that makes you a good football team right there. So a bunch of unselfish players that just care about one goal, and that's finding a way to win a football game. So I'm really proud of every one of them.
Guys, let me ask you, you come out of the locker room before the game and you look around and there's standing room only basically around the fence. The most people I've seen at Sylvania in quite some time. What did y'all think about that? Start with Logan, work your way around.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy out there. Running out of the helmet thing, I didn't realize there was that many. In warm-ups, there wasn't that many. And then from warm-ups to game time, there was a lot of people that got there. So it was pretty nice to see that there's that many people out there that believe in us and are out there to support us. So.
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I mean, when the crowd would start going crazy, you could almost feel the noise.
Yeah, I like playing in front of a crowd like that. I try not to notice it too much. I try not to let that creep in. But it is nice playing in front of a crowd.
I tell you right now, guys, it really seemed like it was a playoff atmosphere. The way the student section was, the band was going wild, the bleachers was packed. And I mean, just sitting here talking about it right now, I got the goosebumps going on right now just thinking about it. It's it was a great atmosphere there, and so how was it? How did y'all feel coming out of that helmet? Something new this year. That was y'all able to see the hype video before y'all ran out, and then the band playing and everything? How did it feel coming out, Jackson?
It definitely helped us get even more excited for it, especially with the atmosphere and all these nice videos DJ's doing for us. It just makes us more. It makes us appreciate it more.
Leo.
Yeah, with everything we've got, like the hot video, the helmet, like all that put together, it's just things that you're not going to forget in like 20 years. You're going to look back, and that's going to be what you remember.
Exactly what I thought, Leo. That's well put.
Logan?
Yeah, there's a lot of people behind the scenes putting in work that a lot of people don't see, but it helps us a lot. And Coach Vann's part at the end where he said it was its time, I think got a lot of us hyped up.
Coach Vann, you shaking your head. What's up with that?
Logan.
Howie, let me ask a question before you ask the next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Coach, do you think it's in get out a calculator next time you go over 300 and something yards? Because I'm not sure he can add that high. I think we need to invest in
Yeah.
or something for him.
It took a long time to get the stats. That was probably a problem.
Some of you guys come and helped him. You know, he is an old man. Go ahead, Howie.
Yeah, it was. I've never had stats like that before. I don't think. Best I can remember. All right, guys. It's time for some wild, crazy questions. Y'all probably already know the main one that I always ask. We'll start with Jackson, then go to Leo, then Logan. Any pregame routines or rituals you got to do?
No, really, the only ritual I have the same towel that I've worn since I was a sophomore. It's really the only thing I do.
Logan?
I don't really have anything. I tape my wrist. A lot of us do. I'll put Psalm 23 on there. Just a quick reminder that, like, my Lord and Savior is with me even in the toughest times and dark times out there. I can just look down and see that. So.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah. Leo?
The only two things that I do, if I can get any sleep, I try to. And then right before we go out to warm up, I make sure to pray.
Right. Leo, I had a text that come in a few minutes ago and from Toby McKeon, and he wants to know, what did Coach Vann say to you while you was down with cramps?
It was something along the lines of me not
energy drinks.
Yeah, drinking energy drinks, and that's basically it. Which I didn't even drink an energy drink, but I normally do.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leo.
He was just a second one cramping. That's what made my head hurt. It was the coolest night we've had since the spring, and we had two guys cramping.
Yeah, he was taking out his anger on Ashton on me. So
yeah, I had to jog all the way across the field to see it was cramps. That was another.
Well, I would have been good, but so when your calf cramps, it bends your foot straight up, and they just had to get it down just to unlock it. But it was giving it to me. I was like, guys, please.
He said that's what you get for not taking care of your body. That's a quote from Toby.
You know, when a guy lays on the field, though, yeah, I mean, cramps understandable, whatever. But I guess if it's both legs, it's understandable. If you can't hobble on, I mean, it's understandable. But when I see one laying down, I immediately think something bad's wrong because I want them to get up and get over to the side. But anyways, about halfway there, I realized it was just cramping. So I shouldn't have went all the rest of the way. I should have just turned around. That was 51. I didn't hear about that until yesterday, actually. They don't call anything, son.
Well,
some food, he ain't saying no to it.
I'll be honest with you, Coach. When I saw 51 laying on the sideline over there, I didn't realize it's cramps at first, and I thought, oh my gosh, me and Randy will never be able to get another person back on here again.
That was about right.
And then when I found out it was cramps, I'm like, well, we might be all right with that there, but I wasn't sure.
These three setting up for cramps now.
My new game day tradition is eating at the same Chinese buffet. So far, we're undefeated, so I'm gonna go there Friday night. So
Keep it up.
yeah, I'm gonna try to get 400 pounds by this year is over with. Got 15 weeks to eat.
Let me do a quick round of questions real quick, and I'll turn it back over to Randy. Jackson, what's your favorite subject?
School.
Sure, yeah, let's go.
Like the one I have to do the least in, so probably ag or something.
Be coming up a lot. I don't know.
You know why it is? They got a new lady teacher that's an ag teacher now.
Look at him.
Leo, your favorite subject, man?
I enjoy math. I haven't had a math class in a while, but I enjoy math.
You wouldn't do stats on Friday night, or you'd probably learned your arithmetic. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know it. Logan.
I was gonna say math, but I'll probably say science. But I don't really take many classes right now, but I'll probably say science.
Who's your favorite teacher, Logan?
I'm gonna have to go with probably Miss McAllister, my math teacher.
Leo.
I'm gonna go Miss Starling.
Jackson.
I'd say Miss Fox, my science teacher.
Good deal. Last round of questions here. I hear a siren. Have y'all done something wrong? I hear sirens coming in somewhere.
They're waiting on us outside. As soon as it's over, we're going.
I have a feeling the coolies are both outside right now waiting to go. So
last round of questions real quick. All right, Jackson, we get in your vehicle. What song's playing right now?
I'd say a Hank Jr. song. Probably start off with Dinosaur or something.
Leo, what's your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant?
Restaurant/food, whichever one.
Hibachi or sushi?
Logan, favorite college team?
I'm a big Auburn fan. Both brothers go to Auburn, so I'm a big Auburn fan.
that's smart of you, son.
I love asking these questions and seeing Coach Vann's reaction to what they're about to say. To me, it's kind of priceless there, Coach.
Coach Vann never gets named on the favorite teacher either. I've noticed that. So
Yeah.
About it, but
So you don't teach nothing.
I've heard that.
And let me do the Coach Arnold spotlight real quick. You're talking about somebody that was tickled to death after Friday night, all those running plays. He said that was the first football game he's been to at Sylvania this year. He said he didn't know what that other stuff was, that communist stuff. But he said Friday night was a great football game.
Coach Arnold's a great guy.
We love Arnold, even though he's brainwashed.
Go ahead, Randy.
Hey, Coach, I know we've talked a lot about it and kind of celebrated and had a good show tonight. Let's get down to next week. What are y'all going to run to down on the creek bank? What's it like at Ohatchee this year?
You know, it's a really tough place to play. They're a really good football team as well. So they've been playing really good. They're 3-0 right now. Beat some good football teams. So we've got I think they come out today. They're ranked number 10. So it's another top 10 matchup. So you have to be a really good football team to get in the top 10. So we've got to come ready to go. I feel like I said, I feel like we prepared the right way. But again, it don't really. If it don't carry over to Friday and you don't execute, it don't matter. So I'm really excited to see how we play on Friday night.
Coach, what are we going to see in their offensive game plan? They're going to run it a lot. They're going to throw it around a lot. What are you expecting?
They do a little both. They line up though. They run Ohatchee's offense.
Okay.
No, like it's 5 stuff. I just don't coach a minute. I'm gonna start calling Ohatchee's offense. No, it's they line up in there and double tight end. So They're going to run it. They're going to throw it. And, their quarterback number 8, I think he's about 6'4", 6'5". He's a tall kid. He can sling it. And then their running back number 2 and number 3 gets in the Wildcat some as well. He runs it well. So we're going to have to be ready to go.
Coach, I had a quick comment back just a little bit ago, and I want to go back to that. Drove 12 hours to Pennsylvania to watch a game. Worth it. Probably the best atmosphere of college high school game I've been to. What is it? What advantage? Let me say that a different way. How much of an advantage is when you get somebody like Piedmont at your place in Sylvania with your big scoreboard and that crazy crowd that you got?
It's good. It's a lot better than traveling to Piedmont. We have a lot more people show up when it's at home, and then you have more students show up. Student section was massive. So I know the guys feed off the crowd. And they really want everybody to be there every Friday night. So it's big to have them at home, and it's tough to play on the road, especially at Piedmont. We'd probably had some AC at least this year because Coach Smith wasn't there. But either way, it's good. It's good to be at home.
Hey guys, you've been on the road once before this year. Jax, what's your preparation going on the road? Is there somewhere on the bus you want to sit? Is it something that you do while y'all travel to get your head right?
I just make sure that I just make sure I have everything ready to play, and I stay locked in.
Jack left his shoulder pads at home or something one time.
It was something like this.
All right. I didn't know that, Jax. That was just a lucky shot in the dark. But Leo, what have you forgotten at home?
I don't. Thinking back, I can't remember a time that I've forgotten anything, but maybe knee pads. But I've been whenever I was like a freshman, there was a senior that forgot his jersey, and he ended up taking mine and wearing it. So I guess just don't let that happen again.
Did he get his name called on the PA a lot, and everybody thought you were having a big game?
Well, I don't remember how it worked out, but they knew it was him.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah, I didn't get any credit for him using my jersey.
There were plates when I had to switch jerseys with somebody, and they gave me credit for about 11 tackles, and I'd been on the bench the whole night. So I can work out for you if you're a fat guy that's not very athletic. All right, Logan. Have you forgotten anything, and what's your favorite spot in the bus?
I don't think I forgot anything, and I usually sit towards the back with some of the other seniors.
Yeah, do y'all have music, a playlist that you listen to on the bus, or does Coach Vann not allow you to have music? What's that like?
It's quiet on the way down there. We all got headphones in and stuff, but when we get that wind, we have fun on the way back.
All right, Leo, you've been around this team a while now, and you've played a lot of football. How much pride do you take in playing football at Sylvania High School right now?
I mean, immense pride. Even being a captain and everything, it's just like all the younger guys are all looking up to you. So, I just want to perform and, make my family proud.
It's hard to be focused, Leo, when you get this comment. Jax, your mom's proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
Said what he said as an answer. So, I don't know who's that, but.
I said that at a media day one year. Leo gave an in-depth answer about something, and he passed the mic to me, and I just said what he said.
Nice. I thought y'all done well at media days, just to be honest with you. Jax and Logan, same question. What does it mean to put that as a senior on this team, to put that jersey on? And it too played a lot of football, and here you are on your senior year. What does that mean to you?
It's really my whole personality, because that's all I talk about outside of it. I'm here a lot of hours out of the day. It's all I've done since I was an 8th grader.
good. Logan?
It means a lot. You go through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears out there throughout the summer and on the off season. Then you get ready for one night a week. So it means a lot to wear that jersey and be out there with your brothers.
All right, I'm proud of all of you. Nobody said what he said then. That's a good job there. Actually, Coach, this group of seniors, they're going to replace me and Howie. I mean, they got a lot of personality this year. Is this a group that's got their own vibe and personality? I mean, this seems like a big group, big personality. What kind of challenge is that for you as a coach?
You just don't know.
I can imagine.
You just don't know.
All right, Howie, what you got to cover up tonight, and we'll get on out of here.
I'll ask the same question, or not the same question, but similar to it that I closed out last week. Give me a prediction on the Tennessee-Florida game. Starting with Coach Vann.
Florida 42-0.
Logan, go ahead.
Tennessee big, probably 28-7.
That man's smart.
Take over the swamp.
That's man smart. Go ahead.
Leo.
I'm going Tennessee 35, Florida 14.
Jackson.
I'd like for it to go like Coach Vann said, 14-0. I don't really like Tennessee that much.
Yes, you're an Alabama fan.
Yes, I am. Saw what happened last weekend, Roll Tide.
Leo, what's your favorite college team?
I'm an Alabama fan. I'm just being realistic over here.
That's a smart
Yeah,
man.
watch either team play either.
All right. Well, Coach Vann, tell everybody why they are to get in their cars and make the short trip down to Ohatchee this week and how important that is to the success of this football team.
You know, it's you lose that one. Who cares that you lost or you won last week? You know, it don't really. It puts a damper on everything. You need to win every week. So we need everybody to show up, help them out, and be loud because like I said, they feed off of it, and it's another region. Our goal is to win a region championship. The only way you do it is win all the region games if you want to control it yourself, and we definitely don't want to put it on somebody else to lose or win or whatnot later in the year. We don't want to worry about tiebreakers. The only way to do that is take care of you, and that's every single week. And every week's against a really good region opponent. So no different here. Like I said earlier, it's a really well-coached football team. Coach Finley's done a really great job there, turning it around in the year he's been there. So it's going to be a tough game at the Creek Bank, tough place to play. We need everybody that can be there to be there. So it's a huge, huge, huge game for us. We're excited about it.
Coach, with the success early on, you talked about before game one that this team is different from last year's team. Last year's team went to the semifinals. This team this year is 2-0. How do you stay focused on 2-0 to get to 3-0? Like, do you not even think about your 2-0? You put it in the past and go one game at a time?
Yeah, we just got to try to go 1-0 this week and then go 1-0 next week. Do 1-0 the next week at the end of it, hopefully. We went 1-0 every week, but we can't focus on anything. Nobody cares. Like in the building, we shouldn't care that right now that we won last week. It shouldn't phase. Like we got to find a way to win this week. It's like I said, we lose a region game and puts us in a bind as far as reaching our goals. So we've got to find a way to go 1-0 this week. Put good, bad, and ugly behind us. So.
Well, we are certainly proud of you and the team and excited for the year. Congratulations. Forget about it. Now go win this week. Guys, I always suggest that you give some shout outs before you get out of here. We'll let you have the last segment here. Give a few shout outs and you better get your mama into it, all of you, or you're going to be in trouble. So go ahead and start, Jax.
I want to give a shout out to Coach Willingham, the DB's coach. Gives us a game plan. He explains it decent. Sometimes he gets stuff wrong here.
Whoa. Hold on a second.
Sometimes you what?
Decent?
What did you say? Sometimes you what?
What he said.
He don't show up to the morning practice either, so that's kind of a big issue. Other than that, he's a good coach. He'll even tackle the Dummy shows how to do that. So
You're going to get in a lot of trouble later in life, son. I'm just going to say it now. Anything else, Max?
sir.
You say anything else?
All right, Leo, let's see if you get yourself dug in a hole here now.
I'm gonna stay out of the hole. I'm gonna give a shout out to the family back at home, and Ashton. I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Coach Arnold.
You know your boy's a little crazy, right?
Oh, he's insane.
Yeah, I'm just going to let you know.
Quick question, Leo. Did you watch the show last week?
I did not. I stayed away from that.
Okay.
It was rough.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Logan, go ahead, son.
I'll give a shout out to Coach Wilson, he's my wide receivers coach.
You know, he's a big fan.
He gets here on time too, so
Yeah, he gets here on time.
Yeah.
We get here early. And then shout out to my family and then my church family I just came from.
All right, one announcement here to take care of. We're going to move the show from Wednesday nights to 6:30 on Tuesday nights for all the folks leaving. And it's going to be more convenient for everybody in church on Wednesday, 6:30 Central Time, starting next week. Howie, any final comments from you?
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Winston Wilkes for allowing me to park where I did this past week since I got there late. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Boy, Coach Vann, you better shout out your wife and your baby at home before you get out of here.
yeah, I do that every week now.
Yeah, you got 3 incredibly talented, smart, and funny young men. Coach Vann, Howie Chaney. I'm Randall Cunningham. This is the Tyler Vann Show. Join us next Tuesday at 6:30 for the follow-up to Ohatchee. Good night. God bless. Be safe till next week.